Hello, Swamp Fox, and welcome to the December 2025 edition of Fox Chatter. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving break and got to enjoy some well-deserved time off to spend with friends and family. I want to start this episode by saying thank you to the entire Swamp Fox family. You navigated the government shutdown by continuing to maintain readiness while also taking care of each other. The financial and emotional challenges of not knowing when you will receive your next paycheck is one of the most stressful situations you can probably be put in. So our technician workforce faced that reality for more than 6 weeks. We made it through by working together as a team and covering down where additional help was needed. I'm beyond grateful for the support provided by the resiliency team, and specifically our Family Readiness Program Director, Dr. Nick Thomas. So Nick was on the front lines finding resources and assisting families in their time of need. He set up a food pantry. The food pantry was an amazing success, providing more than 150 families access to food and supplies. That pantry is still available, so if you need assistance, please go utilize that. And if you still have things you want to donate, please bring those in and add to it. Anything that is left over from that pantry, once we no longer have a need for it here, it's going to be donated to the local community, to a local food bank. Any contributions will be utilized and appreciated. So Nick and a very large number of you as well all provided the support, while they were also facing the same financial uncertainty of not knowing when they would be paid again. Working alongside individuals that will do anything necessary to help their neighbors is just one of the many things that make being a Swamp Fox so special. I also want to thank everyone for putting in a solid effort over the November drill. It was a challenging time with our lack of resources, but everyone showed up with a good attitude, and we moved forward on getting greened up on our medical readiness. There was also a large effort to get ahead on our yearly random drug testing, making us the only state in the nation to be green for that program. So that program lost its contractor funding last year and has transitioned back for the past 2 months as being a military-run program. So a special thank you to the Fighter Wing staff, the Joint Force Headquarters staff, and the maintenance group for providing testing monitors to complete the past 2 months of testing. This December drill, we will be focused on taking care of Team McIntyre. We need to ensure everyone has been paid and has taken care of any debts they may have incurred during the government shutdown. Please keep your chain of command informed if you have any lingering issues from the shutdown. This drill will also be full of year-end holiday celebrations, so take time to connect with your coworkers and their families. Saturday afternoon is a great time for that as we hold our annual Winterfest. This year's program is going to be sponsored by the Third Go, and we're going to get a full update on what they have to offer here shortly in the podcast. As we wrap up another successful year, we're also beginning to put more focus on the future. All right, 2026 is going to be a busy year as we prepare for our deployment cycle in 2027. You should have already heard that we're deploying under the Deployable Combat Wing construct. So for the Air National Guard, a DCW is built by combining 2 separate wings. And in our case, we're paired with the 143rd Airlift Wing from Rhode Island. So we've been working together with them for approximately the past year, trying to develop some working relationships and determine how we can best build the team for our 27 deployment. So today we're joined by Colonel Ryan Hurt, who is going to effectively be the DCW wing commander when we deploy together with them. So Colonel Hurt, welcome.
Well, thank you, Colonel Bowes. Great to be here today to talk to your folks, and it's been a great couple of days visiting as well.
Yeah, so you brought a team down with your command chief, Nick Kollette, and a bunch of other folks from your wing. Just trying to get a background of kind of what we do here at McIntyre. What's specific to the 143rd in Rhode Island?
So we have 3 primary missions that we do out of Rhode Island. We have the tactical airlift with the 8 C-130Js that we keep on our ramp. We also have a combat comm squadron, which provides that service. And then our third mission is the cyber operations squadron. So those are our 3 primary missions, with our primary interaction with you being through our MGFE with the Js.
So yeah, with you guys having the C-130s and us having F-16s, we put those together as we go down range, and it's the combat air forces and the mobility air forces kind of combining. It's almost 2 different worlds, if you want to look at it that way, with maybe how things operate and happen. So this is a good chance for us to learn a little bit more about each other and how we operate. So as we start to train and certify as we get ready, what kind of events do we have to look forward to?
We did have a interaction with you guys in your last CRE where we had 1 aircraft came down here to do a little bit of the support for our logistics side. Upcoming in March is obviously your next exercise, and we're going to be participating in that from a DCW perspective. with the A staff and the command element piece, but also with 1 to 3 of our C-130s coming down to help facilitate some of the logistics during the exercise. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity there to see what support we can provide you to help enable your mission. Be a lot of opportunity to practice some of the mission-ready airmen concepts. We're looking forward to doing that, learning a little bit about how you guys employ your aircraft, what those cycles look like, what the battle rhythm looks like, how we fit into that, and then also from a leadership perspective, how we make decisions that employ your aircraft and employ our aircraft, and how that might look down the road in the future. So that's the immediate next step. Is going to be that exercise in March. We are looking to do an exercise next spring with you. We're going to get a certification for Deployable Combat Wing and employ some of the MGFE on both sides and in a different theater. So that's going to be a great opportunity to also get some reps and sets with the team to see how we do business and how you do business and integrate that so that we're successful for the deployment.
Yeah, and as we combine our 2 wings to form one DCW, the 143rd is going to take the lead, if you will, and you'll be there as the wing commander, but for the command team or the command echelon, and it'll probably be, kind of half of our people, half of your folks that are going to join together to do that. So as we do this exercise upcoming, we're looking at it as an opportunity for us to host the exercise and to give the DCW command team a chance or a practice run at being in a deployed situation. You'll be in unfamiliar territory operating out of McIntyre, and then we'll all be operating with CAF and MAF forces trying to figure out how to solve the problem. So it should be a great exercise for both of us to interact and learn from. But in that exercise, you're going to be kind of running the command team. So what kind of aspects are you looking to get out of that exercise?
I think anytime you're doing an exercise, one of the biggest challenges is the communication and the feedback piece. I think they're designing an exercise where it's going to challenge us with 3 different locations based on the great power competition down the road. Some of that, the way that we're going to employ our forces is going to be used in this exercise. So executing that with a main operating base, a FOS, and a contingency location is something I think it's going to be good for us to practice and see where we integrate and then how that communication works back and forth, both in a normal environment and then in a contested environment. And I think that's where we're going to really walk away with some learning and some improvements and just making ourselves better as we move towards the deployment. So in case we do encounter those things, we're prepared for it and we've seen it and we've worked through those challenges and exercises as a team to move forward. So I think that's going to be part of the design of the exercise is going to be to challenge us on that, working with the command element and the A staff and the different elements on the base and the different mission generation force elements, both on the C-130 side and the F-16 side. I think we're going to walk away with a lot of opportunities for improvement, but also a lot of learning and some great experiences for our team.
Yeah, and this is a lead up to the certification process. So this is a training run, if you will. And then that's going to get us ready for the actual big certification event. Looks like it might be a fun time there in Europe.
Yeah, like I said, this is kind of one of the steps to get us down the road in preparation for 27, learning to work together and then taking that on the road and doing it somewhere that we're not familiar with, which would be the case if we were to be employed as a team in the DCW in a contested environment. So taking that somewhere that we're not familiar and still executing what we know and how we do business, it's going to build confidence for the team and help us be prepared for that 27th deployment or any other type of deployment that we might get based on things around the world.
Well, it's been awesome having you guys visit this week and learn more about how we're operating here at McIntyre and helping us build the team out, but anticipating you coming back and hopefully doing that some more.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to make a couple more trips down here, especially a couple probably before the exercise comes up, so we can get familiar with the way that you work out of your walk and your EOC and how you execute some of the things around the base. But also just to get around and meet folks, and not just myself, but Chief Master Sgt. Kollette, who will be the command chief on the DCW. But yeah, I think getting down here and getting to know the team, walking around and understanding the culture. Obviously, we have different cultures with different units, but making sure that I'm accessible and I understand how I can best lead this team down in 27 and can execute and make sure we execute the mission well and have a little fun with it too. Looking forward to that. Thank you.
Yeah, we are too, but good point. Everything's about the people and we need good leaders to do that. So you brought along Chief Nick Kollette with you, who's going to lead them downrange as their chief. So we'll turn it over to Chief Bowen now. And Nick, tell us a little bit more about what they got going on. Colonel Hurt, thanks for coming in, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Colonel Bowes. For my Swamp Fox family, I am extremely excited to introduce you Chief Nick Kollette, the Command Chief of the 143rd out of Rhode Island. Nick, nice to have you.
Thanks, Chief.
Introduce yourself to our people.
So I'm the Command Chief at the 143rd, been in the seat since April. Super excited to be the DCW Command Chief and getting to know all of your folks here at McIntyre.
Nice. Chief Kollette and I actually went to Command Chief school together back in March. So that's where we were introduced to each other. And also that's where we found out that we were paired up for the DCW. Speaking of the DCW, it's a big event. Obviously, this is your second time to McIntyre. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, you guys will be coming back in March. What is the plan for you and your team in March?
So we're planning on kind of being the command and control echelon for the exercise and interjecting some of our folks into the exercise so they can start learning from your folks, learning that CAF world, because it's a little bit different than the MAF world. So really getting them involved and getting them exposed to some of the things you guys are doing.
Nice. And that's a two-way street. So we get exposed to the MAF side as well. You know, we live in our own silos, right? I grew up in the CAF world. You grew up in, I think, multiple worlds, but right now you're in the MAF world. So I think this is going to be an exciting time, a learning time, a growing time for not only the 143rd personnel, but also as for the McIntyre personnel as well, because the Swamp Foxes are used to their command, their C2, but bringing in a different perspective is obviously an opportunity for us to learn from you guys and you to learn from us. So speaking of learning and growing with the DCW, that's coming up. McIntyre is going to have personnel involved in that. What is your command's perspective from as the command chief of the DCW? What is your expectation? What is your desires?
It always starts with taking care of airmen. So that's the first priority, is making sure people have what they need. They have the training they need. They have the resources they need. So identifying those kind of things, it's important so we can come together as a collective team and get the mission done. That's the most important to me.
Oh, absolutely. It is the people, and without the people, the mission doesn't happen. Again, welcome to McIntyre. I look forward to working with you in my little bit of time left in the seat. Look forward to you and your team coming back down in March and 4 days worth of fun. Any departing shots?
Nope, just looking forward to getting out and getting to know folks. And please, if you see me around, say hi and tell me a little about yourself.
Nick, I appreciate you and your team being here. Glad to have you, and look forward to seeing you again in March, if not sooner.
Thanks, Chief.
All right, so next up, more about Winterfest.
The third go is coordinating and hosting this year's Winterfest, and we appreciate the chance to share all the details about what's planned and what everyone can expect throughout the afternoon. The third go has been working steadily to build an event that gives people a chance to step away from their routines, enjoy some seasonal activities, and spend time with friends, families, and coworkers. Winterfest will be taking place on December 6th from 1300 to 1700 inside the main hangar, which will be fully decorated with the winter theme for the occasion. The event begins right at 1300 and kicks off with Santa making his entrance in an F-16. Now, this is one of the major highlights of Winterfest, and it sets the tone for the entire afternoon. Once Santa arrives, families and guests will have the opportunity to meet him, take photos, and enjoy a few minutes together before exploring the rest of the event. It's a relaxed and family-friendly opening moment that we encourage everyone to take part in. And after Santa's arrival, several activities and stations will be open for the remainder of the afternoon. One of the central components is the blood drive, which provides a simple and meaningful way for anyone attending to give back during the holiday season. And for those looking for something recreational, the gaming trailer will also be available. It's a comfortable space where guests can step in, enjoy a variety of games, and take a break between other activities. An Elf on the Shelf photo booth will be stationed in front of the book-themed backdrop for participant photos. Be sure to get your photo with our Elf on the Shelf. And several activity stations will also be set up, including craft areas, games, and hands-on activities for a wide range of ages. Everything is designed to be easy to enter and exit, allowing guests to participate at their own pace. And the USO will be hosting a hot chocolate bar, offering a simple and seasonal option to enjoy while taking part in activities or walking around the event space. Overall, Winterfest is meant to be flexible and welcoming, whether someone wants to stay for the full 4 hours or just drop in for a short period. The afternoon is structured to accommodate both approaches comfortably. In addition to the activities, the Third Go will be hosting a raffle with numerous prizes, one of which is a pellet grill, which is a durable and high-quality outdoor cooking system. Another being a hard cooler, which is designed for long-lasting insulation and dependable performance, as well as a Bluetooth speaker and a variety of drink baskets. Raffle tickets will be sold during the event for $5 each, or 5 tickets for the price of 4. This gives attendees multiple opportunities to enter without a significant extra cost. The raffle drawing will take place inside the hangar during the event, and anyone who purchases a ticket does not have to be present for the draw, but we ask that the information is legible on the tickets they submit. To recap everything, Winterfest takes place on December 6th from 1300 to 1700, beginning with Santa's arrival in an F-16 right at 1300. After that, the event includes the blood drive, gaming trailer, crafts, hot chocolate, games, and multiple activity stations. It's all intended to be a simple and enjoyable seasonal event designed to provide a break from routine and offer something for everyone who attends. People can participate in as many activities as they'd like or simply stop by and enjoy the atmosphere. We appreciate the opportunity to share this information and hope everyone takes a moment to come out and enjoy the day. This is all on behalf of the Third Go. We're looking forward to seeing everyone.
Some other things coming up for this drill. The first sergeants have started a diamond boot camp on drill weekends, so you can join them on Saturdays at 1500 or Sundays at 0600 for fitness and fellowship, and that's held at the track. Another new announcement is morale t-shirts are authorized and back. On Fridays, the entire wing is authorized to wear a blue morale t-shirt underneath their uniform. You can also wear that on Saturdays of drill. So for right now, we're going to stick with the Swamp Fox blue being the only authorized color. I know some other squadrons and places on base have other colors they like to wear. But for now, we want to keep everyone wearing the same thing and make this a unifying type of event as we all wear Swamp Fox blue. And as we wrap up this month's episode, thank you again to everyone for your efforts to keep McIntyre ready during the government shutdown. We adjusted as necessary to maintain readiness while we're also taking care of our teammates. If you are still encountering issues with pay or having issues related to the shutdown, please keep your supervisors in the loop. We are unable to help you if we don't know what's going on in your lives. Also, as we move forward into the holiday season, while we often think it's going to be a great time for everyone, sometimes it's not the best of times for others. Make sure you're looking out for each other, and if people are having issues, please be willing to go tell somebody else about that and look for help. So always have the back of all of your teammates, and then also don't be afraid to speak up whenever you are facing challenges yourself. And as we do move forward, our next challenge is going to be to get this machine back up and running at full speed. We have a busy year coming up in 2026, and we're going to go through more of that on next month's podcast as we outline some of the upcoming TDYs and events that we have on deck. I look forward to seeing all of you at Winterfest and hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Semper Promise.